Hello and welcome to today's video, and today we're going to be doing some basic groundwork to help build your horse's top line and prepare them for eventually getting collected. So thank you so much for joining us on today's video, and if you enjoyed the video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm here with Boyo. Boyo is our basic tune-up horse, and I got a question about how do we start building a horse's top line, which are these muscles back on here. Now, please excuse my horrible dress, but it's hot here in Texas, and you can do these things on the ground. So one of our basic things that we're going to need to do is we want to build these muscles on the back. We need to make sure that our horse is moving all of their parts individually. So we want to be making sure the horse gives his head and neck when we ask, and there you go. We also want to be making sure if we're going to start building this hind quarter, we have to be making sure that he will elevate his forequarters. So that means he can move those forequarters independently. So that means button number 1, or making sure he does the crossover in the front, is very important. So we should be able to walk up to him and just ask him to do that crossover. There we go. Cross. Good boy. Good boy. There we go. So we do that on both sides. Because what you do on one side, remember, back it up, you do on the other. So we want to make sure that he's moving that forehand. Now, why would that be important that he's moving the forehand if I want to work on these muscles? Well, if he's moving the forehand, that means you're going to better be able to control the rest of the body. So you need to make sure that they move the forehand and the hindquarters independently. Okay, next step. Next step is the actual backing and the backing exercise. Now, we want our horses cued multiple ways to make them back. But one of the things that we want to do is we want to make sure that when we point to the back end of the horse, back down here, that the horse actually moves that back end. So I'm going to ask him to back, and I'm just using, there we go. And notice how his head is down. He's not forcing. So by me having my hand all the way down here, basically like how I would cue him, good boy, back, is really going to help out. So I'm cueing him really nice and low, like I would just moving those hindquarters for the back. So back, 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 pull, back, back, back. Add more pressure if I need to, and release, okay? So that's the first step, is getting that back in place. Now we're going to start engaging the hindquarters by using our barrels. All right, guys, this works best with a couple of barrels. You can use cones or you cannot use anything at all, but it's basically backing in the figure 8. What that's going to do is you want to make sure your horse engages his head, brings his head in, so he's having to lift and elevate his back and kind of make his back round a little bit during this exercise. Now, we don't want to overdo this exercise, but this is a great way to start this on the ground. All right, so I'm going to back around the cone. So if I want to back around the right cone, I'm going to have to move that forehand. Come on, back, back, come on, back, 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 and come out here, back, back, back. So he's hopping. Come on, come on, back, back. Come on, buddy. It's okay. If I need to push him over a little bit, I switch sides. Come on, back, back. And I'm making sure, see, I'm really not even touching him. There we go. Swing around. Move that hindquarter. Come on. Come on. Now he's doing what I would really like him to do. Come on. Come on, back up. Back up. Come on. This is the first time I've tried this, so it's a little bit more difficult, but getting around the cone. Come on, back, back. Now I'm going to try not, come on, back up, back. Give him the release, back. Come on, more step, come on, come on, come on, buddy, back, come on. He's like, I have backed up already a lot, come on, come on. He's like, I'm giving you my head, what else do you want? Come on. Good boy, there you go, good. Now we're moving this way, come on. There you go, good. Come on, And he's giving me his head really nicely. Now I'm spinning him out. There you go. Come on. Back. 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 Start moving. Now, I'm going to get better at this. Back. There you go. You got to give him periodic release. Back. Oh, okay, sideways. Back. Come on. Back up. Just a few more steps. Come on. Come on, buddy. Back. Come on. Back up. Come on. Back. There you go. And good boy. We finished the exercise. Okay, so that was my first time doing that exercise, and obviously you see it didn't move pretty. But it gives you something to challenge yourself with. You want to eventually be able to work this and get a nice easy back the whole way around in a nice little figure eight. It helps you move both sides of the horse, and it gives you a good target because you've just got a small area. So this is a really good way to work on the ground to start collection and start building that top line. Before we do, remember to subscribe to make sure you get part of our weekly content. Remember to subscribe. We're putting out new content every week.